Connors, Degrassi, Unpopular Opinions. Hey there, ho there, Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome you to another Degrassi Unpopular Opinion / hot take. Anyway, so this is not something I actually posted in the Degrassi Reddit. This is about someone else who posted it. So this person posted 11 days ago, and for context, this is February 21st, 2022 when it's taped. Said that Slater 420 said, Fury, Jay does not exist. He's actually a figment of everyone else's imagination. So he goes, Jay often is the bad influence that gets a lot of characters to do dumb, illegal, out-of-pocket stuff. He corrupts everyone he comes in contact with. But does he actually come in contact with them? I vote no. He's a figment of everyone's imagination. He's the evil that lives inside every person. And all that. Now, personally, this is kind of funny and all that about Jay being a figment of everyone's imagination. I will, and I'm piggybacking on it to do this unpopular opinion. Well, this hot take, I guess. Pitiful Kaleidoscope said he's the devil on someone's shoulder in the movies, telling him to do bad with the angel on the other side. The person falls for devil. And then someone says that explains why many said nobody knew how old Jay really was. A lot of people said there was a lot of theories and all that. And someone said, I mean, he interacts with administrative staff who suffer no real consequence by him. He mainly gets expelled. He interacts with non-student adults, such as at the car shop. And all that. So, you know, a lot of people were like, what the heck? All that. So a lot of people said that, you know, there was a lot of issues and all that. But this actually leads me to think about, well, I don't know. Like, I'll make this probably an unpopular opinion, a double unpopular opinion, if you will, in one video. Well, the unpopular opinion is about Jay and all that. Basically, the simple fact that I say Jay was the worst, the meanest, Jay was the worst character on Degrassi. Like, he was the biggest behavior, he was the biggest bully in the Degrassi universe. I mean, no disrespect to Mike Lobel, the actor who played Jay. I liked Mike Lobel, and a lot of people said hate the player, not the game. No, I'm gonna hate the game, but like the player. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Like, the player is of course the actor, so I don't really hate on Mike Lobel. I just hate how Jay was a bastard to everyone. So yeah, I say unpopular opinion is that Jay was the worst character in Degrassi by behavior. So Jay was introduced in season 3 as someone who actually learned that, well, he and Sean got into a fight. And Jay said to Sean, hey, you know what? You're the kid who deafened someone's ear a while ago. It'll be great. So Jay and his candy bandits, which involved Alex, Towers, I guess Avi, and a few other people, recruited Sean to be part of their gang. And of course, Sean does it, even though Emma says, you shouldn't be this way. You're much better than this. And Sean said, they understand me a lot. And Emma called him pathetic. Like, I can understand Emma's problems. I mean, Emma had to deal with her stepfather getting sick with leukemia and having to deal with baby Jack. What does Sean expect? So anyway, Jay is the figment of imagination. I doubt that. I think it's unpopular with me. But the fact of the matter is, it does raise a thing that Jay brings out the worst in people. So yeah, Jay brings out the worst in people, but I don't think he was imaginary. Because he brought out Sean's wicked past and all that, his emotionally distant past, if you will. That, you know, he deafened a kid, left for Toronto because his parents sent him with his brother because they didn't want Sean going to jail. And anyhow, like, Jay convinces Sean to steal stuff from the school. No wonder the school is so underfunded and all that. They don't have the proper information and stuff. So anyway, Sean steals stuff to impress Jay and his new gang. Emma's upset, especially with the fact that Sean stole Snake's laptop while Snake was battling leukemia. And Sean basically said to Snake when he confessed his crime, he was mad at Emma and was trying to get revenge on Emma being a bitch. So he stole Snake's laptop, which was a bad move, he said. So, he had the Candy Bandits thing. His misbehavior got him in detention, thanks to Radish being a little petty. I mean, okay, maybe Radish went over that, but here's the thing, though. Because of the fact that Sean might have they sold the stuff and all that, Radish can convict Sean, even if he wanted to, because there's no proof. There's no physical proof. So he sticks Sean in detention for upsetting him. That might have been a front for the fact that you stole the stuff. I know you stole the stuff, but I'm still putting you in detention. And be thankful I'm not calling the cops, because I think the cops would have told Radish you're a fucking liar. But anyway, yeah, Sean mellows after detention, meeting Ellie and all that. And it gets an Ellie Sean relationship that Sean distances himself from the Candy Bandits and does some good in the world. And then, he apologizes to Emma at Wasaga Beach, saying that I'm sorry for the whole year. And Emma says ancient history. I think in a sense Emma was hoping to be with Sean because, Emma was lonely. She didn't have a boyfriend or real friends and all that. It took her a while to get Manny and Liberty back into her life. Regardless. So Jay brought out the worst in Sean and all that. And then Jay brought out the worst in Alex, in a sense. And the whole Paige's Click thing. Jay was in Paige's Click in season 4 to get rid of Rick. But there was little evidence that Jay had any sympathy towards the Terry situation. He wasn't around Terry and all that. He just saw an opportunity to bully somebody. And I feel that, he took advantage of that. He didn't have any feelings about Terry and all that. He wasn't close to Terry like Spinner and Paige and most of the clique were to destroy Rick. That's understandable. But the fact of the matter is he probably used it as a way to put his bullying into action and, get the school to destroy Rick. And when Rick would buckle, they would revenge. I mean, Jay was bad for Alex. He was really toxic. Because Alex, what may have been poisoned by Jay's mind. But anyway, Jay said that we're going to have to destroy Rick by certain force after he spray painted the vehicles. Like Rick retaliated. And if Rick didn't retaliate, I think he would have had everyone's sympathy. Well, retaliate by the spray paint and then retaliate by taking a gun to school. That's just inexcusable. The fact of the matter is that, and I know that maybe Alex was corrupted by Jay's thing. I mean, Jay and Alex were a couple, I guess. And, Jay brought out the worst in Alex. He brought out the worst in Spinner because, Spinner was in Paige's Click. And lest we forget, Jay's the one who pushed Spinner in the bathroom. Not the first time. Like, the first time was them convincing Rick to do the tiebreaker and all that. Spinner didn't go along with Jay's plan. Although Spinner did say, "Are you sure Alex can do the paint and feathers?" And Jay says, "That's what you get for dating the student vice president. No one asks questions." So anyway, yeah. So he kind of poisoned Spinner with that mindset. But Spinner, had his doubts, and I wouldn't doubt him. Anyway, remember in the bathroom when Rick was taking his paint and feathers off, Jay basically talked about how Jimmy set things up and all that. And Spinner was clueless until Jay pushed Spinner into saying, "Oh yeah, he got all those questions wrong," and Spinner played along. And Jay did it to try to protect his best friend because Spinner said Radish knows, and then Jay's like, "I got to get Spinner out of trouble and all that, and get Rick to go towards Jimmy." I mean, it was a double whammy. I mean, for the fact that Rick believed Spinner and Jay and didn't question them and all that, like. Spinner and Jay said everything was cool before they put the paint and feather on Rick. And Rick believed them. I don't know why Rick would do that. I bet you Rick should have questioned himself. I mean, yeah. And then all of a freaking sudden, it's like, and also the fact that Rick had Jimmy as a friend. And, Jimmy was on the bully side, was on Spinner and Jay's side. It was down to Spinner, Jay, and Alex to completely go after Rick at Whack Your Brain and all that. Paige wasn't involved. Paige lessened her role and realized that everything was childish and stupid. And, Rick had Paige's sympathy for some reason. Anyhow, Rick listens to Jay and Spinner and then shoots Jimmy and almost goes after Emma, but thankfully Sean saves the day. And Jay basically pushes Spinner and Alex not to tell about the prank because, he'll get involved and, his fucking ego. But you can only push a person too far, and Spinner, when he gets confronted about it. But Spinner does confess his role after not being able to help Jimmy and thinking that he needed to alleviate his guilt. I don't blame Spinner for that. I mean, at least he spilled his guts out to somebody instead of them coming to him because he could have went to jail. But the fact of the matter is, Jay made Spinner terrible. Spinner was kind of a bully, but Spinner had another level in season 4. Like, why would Spinner associate himself with Jay and all that? Like, he had a relationship with Manny and Paige, but like in the background, he was just a bully and all that. Spinner deserved all the punishment he got, bragging about it. So yeah, Jay made Spinner terrible and all that. I know Jay saved Spinner from burning down the school, but still, like, he forced Spinner to play this way, and he ruined Alex because he gave Alex an STD just like Emma, or STI, as you say. And Alex breaks off with Jay, and Jay wants to be with Emma because she's so pure, and Emma realizes, no, I'm not pure. I screwed up the Rick situation. I think in a way, Jay did help Emma snap out of it. I know that he got Emma to do the seedy world of the ravine and all that. And Emma went to the ravine. But Emma was in a state of mind, she just couldn't be her old self. Everyone thought she would revert back to her old self, but they didn't know that Emma, deep down inside, was suffering. And Jay, in a sense, got Emma to realize that she's a jerk and she needs to get better. So Jay could be credited with that. But, Jay wanted to be with Emma and was creepy towards Emma. And then, Spinner breaks off with Jay in season 5 on his redemption tour, and Jay's upset. He wants to be with Alex. He wants to be with somebody because he said he wants to be with Manny because, Alex broke up with him, and Spinner is trying to find the Lord, being part of the friendship club to atone for his mistakes. I feel in a sense that, Jay never had any sympathy or empathy towards the Rick situation. He said, we did the world a favor by getting rid of Rick. But technically, Rick kind of did it to himself. Maybe Jay's happy that Rick died. Obviously, because Rick would have talked and gotten Spinner and Jay in deep trouble. But yeah, Jay was terrible. Like, it was a terrible influence, especially on Manny. Because why would Manny was only with Jay to try to get at her strict parents and all that. But they found love of each other. But Jay decides to get Manny in trouble because Manny rejected him in a few things. But he did redeem himself in a sense. But then, Manny and Jay are not really together because, Manny is in love with her agent who basically makes a few mistakes and plays her like a fiddle. Like, Jay brought out the worst in people. Mike Lobo probably would not have liked it. But anyway, yeah, Jay brought out the worst in people. You could say all you want about other bullies and other bad boys, if you will, but Jay was the greatest bad boy ever. He's the biggest bad boy ever. I mean, he got Sean to join his group in season 3 and basically forget his redeeming qualities. He got Alex hooked on the fact to destroy Rick by violence, possibly, and was a bad influence towards Alex. And he had no qualms about the Rick situation and all that. He got Emma to behave terribly, sexually promiscuous, which was really not Emma's forte in the first few seasons of the show. He got he made the worst of Spinner because Spinner became a gigantic bully in a sense that, you know, that was just terrible. Yeah, and he made Spinner do things that Spinner would really regret doing, but made Spinner play along with his charades, especially towards Rick in Time Stand Still. And he kind of did make the worst out of Manny because, Manny brought out the worst in Manny's over reliance in season 7. But the fact is, Jay is the greatest villain of all time in the Degrassi universe. I know you could say Rick because he brought a gun to the school and shot somebody. But the fact of the matter is, Rick was only around for like a year and a half. I mean, for 2 seasons. Jay was around for 5. So, I don't think so. You think Tristan's a big villain? I don't think Tristan was really a villain. Tristan was kind of biphobic, and Tristan had some issues within himself, in a way. In fact, Spitter's not really a bully. I know Spitter did some bad things, but he was doing good after season 4. He changed his perceptions on things, changed his mindset, if you will. So yeah, Jay's the greatest villain in Degrassi history. Fight me. Anyway, I'm Jeff.